Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I'm Dr. Gail, and this is Mary with Earth the Star Wellness. For joining us today, Mary, and thanks everybody for coming in and joining us. And so, Mary, how are things going for you?
Things are going so incredibly good over here. I'm working on surprises behind the scenes, and we have a retreat coming up in June.
Woohoo!
On the beach. So we're
But
gonna
it's
some.
filled up, though, right? It's already filled up.
It is, yes, we're sold out, and we're just so excited about it. And so that's just what we're doing right now. We're working on how we can do more retreat slash workshop slash physical time
Do
with
you
you
like
guys.
doing that? Do you like doing workshops?
If I had more time, I kind of break everything up because, I have days when I have to make content. I have days when I do one-on-one in person. I do days when I have one-on-one long distance. I have days for students. And then we have our retreats, but I only do the retreats a couple of times a year, or the conferences. So I'd love to carve out space to make more time for workshops and retreats and stuff like that. I actually really would. I like the travel. I enjoy the connection. Um, so we'll see what happens.
That sounds like to be hiring somebody.
Stop being a psychic. So stop it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens because it feels like we might need an event coordinator up in
Yeah.
here is what I feel like we might need someone to find places and put together the workshops and things like that. So we can have meeting spaces. We're putting together our next Whispering Table Society right now. That's come about over the weekend where I was like, I don't know when our next one's going to be. And so was like, well, I'll just find you a spot. And then another so was like, do it at my house. And I was like, okay. So that's what we're doing now.
Okay. Well, let me say hello to some people that are coming in here now. We've got a crew coming in. Hey, Elizabeth, thanks for being here. And Mary, thanks for joining us. And looks like we have Faye Cole here and Oxford Cat. Thanks for being here. And yet another Linda. And Amy J. Love, thanks for being here. And Garnet McCleary Price. Oh, your name is as long as mine, Skywalking with Moon. Thanks for being here. And hi, Flea Market Gold. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. And Suzanne, thank you. And here she always has a sweet message. Hello, dear Dr. Gail, Mary, and the community. I am sending love hugs to you all. Oh, and hey, Soda Watt, thanks for being here. Good to see you. Let's see who else is here coming in before we even get really started here, because Mary already has a show already planned. She's already asked 2 questions that kind of went, whoa, whoa, okay, a lot to think about. And Flea Market Gold, you say, yay, I finally caught it live. It's a gorgeous afternoon in Pennsylvania. It's a little cloudy here. Is it cloudy in Florence?
It's sunny now, but it's been cold. It was cold this morning.
Yeah, it was cold. But I kind of like that variety of being a little chilly in the morning and then changing. I like the variety in the day. So a lot of people don't, but I do.
So you
So
fire all day, all night, just fire.
yeah. So, but anyways, thanks everybody for being here, and we will be. I think we might get to questions this maybe the last half of the show. So if you do have questions, please put it in all caps and so I can see it because I'm starring, talking, and answering questions all at the same time, and sometimes we miss things. So and this will be well, I don't know. Do you want to do healing questions, Mary? I usually don't do healing questions unless it is actually a healing show. So that's up to you if you want to do a healing question.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Okay.
I think she's one of mine anyways. I see you, girl.
All right. All right. So, Mary, your questions.
So Gail.
And Mary had the first question. And of course, it was like, well, the first one was easy to answer, but the second one was like, ooh, we're going to go down a rabbit hole on that one.
Well, we'll start with the easy then. I just wanted to know more about avian. Here where I am, I'm in the shamanic realm. So there's spirit animals, power animals, the blue avians. And I see lots of birds, and I learn to divine messages through which birds are showing up and how they're flying and how many there are. And there's lots of cardinals around here. But last night when I was going to bed, my brain was like, avian, because I know I have past lives in the avian realms, but I also have past lives in Lemurian realms. And those two feel like the cat ate the canary kind of thing. And I feel like I've really explored my cats in this life. I have now 7.
7.
Not on purpose. They just find me and they eat all of the birds around me. So I'm not allowed to connect in with the avians around me. So last night I just went to bed thinking of that. Like, if I could choose avian to explore myself right now, what would that look like? Like, what are the avians? What's going on with them?
Okay, well, I can tell you about the avians because I'm very connected to them too, and I'm very connected to the birds. But blue avians are mammalian humanoid ETs with bird-like features. Their origin is unclear. They are, I'm reading out of my little book here. They are 6 to 9 density dimensional. They're tall, white, slender body frames. They are covered in soft bluish to indigo further down. It's not feathers. It's just kind of a down filling. They have a cool, calm, and diplomatic nature. They are, of course, they're metaphysical, and they are first on the law of one material. And they're kind of related to the Egyptian, which I'm not that much connected to the Egyptians or Egypt and all those things over there, but apparently the avians are, and I don't know what that connection is with them. They are time travelers, explorers, and they do travel in orbs. They do have telepathic technology, and they are the ancient builder race. They are the architects of Earth or this quadrant of the universe. The Blue Avian's mission is largely to protect all of life and assist in the development of human ascension.
I think a lot of that was synchronistic for me, what you just said. Because, like, of course, at first I'm like, I don't really know what that means, like in human terms or anything like that. But then little synchronicities start popping up because I do have a connection to Egyptian energy, but I always feel like that was through my Lemurian bloodline because I kind of see or feel that. You were about to say something and you stopped yourself.
Because I'm not connected to that. I'm very connected to Lemuria, and I know a lot of people connect those two, but I have never connected those two.
Okay. And it was a personal vision I saw, but I thought it was Lemuria. But then you said avian there too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I have had visions of that. I'm very drawn towards that particular Egyptian methodology and medicine, and even the core teachings, like the law of one, is in raw material. That is Egyptian teachings of how everything is.
And that is Blue Avian also, the raw teaching.
And then
I was going to say, have you seen that series, the show The Resident, where it's this, and in there is a blue avian that he falls in love with?
Yes.
So that's when you talk about, that's all I could just laugh about, how that man fell in love with the blue avian and how he talked about her. And so anyway, that's just where my mind went to something
that is
funny.
The most ridiculous show in the world.
I think it's great. I love that show.
Hilarious. It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. but anyway, I think I don't remember what season it is, but he falls in love with the blue avian, which I think is really funny. But my journey, my brand new journey of developing my mediumship skills and coming into that, and this is way before all these other things happened. I took a mediumship course, and I do think that might be the only course I've ever really completed, is that mediumship course. But when we went into the breakout rooms, there was one girl in there, one lady in there, that she looked at me. We had never met each other. She looked at me and she goes, "You're going to find this weird, but I know you. And I'm going, okay. And I'm sitting there going, where do I know her from? I don't know. You know, anyway, so I didn't know her. And she said, I am, and actually was a blue avian. She sees herself as really tall, like 8 feet tall with blue feathers. And she said, I came, it was in my human form, and I came to them, and she was like in the military. She said, I came to them and I was inspecting them and I was giving instructions on what was going to happen next. And she says, I just remember having to stand up straight, making sure I look good, make sure all my feathers were in while you were there. She says, but you weren't even kind of looking at us. You were just paying attention to the instructions you were giving to like the colonel. And so it was very strange that she recognized me like that. She recognized that I was a person that came and was giving those kind of instructions. And she is also on YouTube, and she also does a lot of things. So it's just amazing how you meet people like that. And we had never met before, and she recognized me. And she was a
That's so
blue avian.
I recognize you too. When I recognize you, I'm like, Lord, what is happening? What am I doing now, Gail? What am I doing now? What have you drugged me into now? That's what I say.
Well, yes, but I think it was you dragging me into it first.
Really? Like in this life?
Yes, in this life, like you were wanting me to come into your store and do readings.
Yeah. Well, you can't deny you have a gift.
That's true, but I was not putting myself out there at that time. That was
But
just
you did. You did an alien group. You did a starseed group for a while. And that
I
was
did.
good. It
Yeah,
was good. People enjoyed it.
yeah, I did that for a while, and I did personal readings for a while. Actually, I was getting rid of negative entities, remember? So we were collaborating on those kind of things too. So we have kind of gone hand in hand on pulling each other on this direction and that direction and doing this and that and the other. So we have collaborated in our journey on who's leading first.
Well, I feel like I just kind of pull you into like the lights around it. Let people see that you do this. And you pull me into like the things where they're locking me out of my body and doing weird sex things. I don't know. Like you you do the weird things for me. You pull me into weird stuff. I'm like, Gail.
You're pulling you into the unknown.
Yes, into the unknown things. But
Yeah.
all of those synchronicities around the avians were coming up. Even this weekend, someone asked me a question about, do I see orbs? And I thought that was like a really weird question. No one's asked me that in a long time. And then you said the avians travel in orbs.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of synchronicities coming up around that. So maybe I'll have to. So what if I wanted to connect more into my avian energy? Do you have any tips on how to do that?
You wouldn't have any problem connected into that. Just ask. And I was going to say about the orbs, we also travel in orbs because I travel in an orb when I was going from one spaceship to another, and the orbs are tight, and they have the panel behind you where you're working on it, and so you have to turn around. And I'm thinking I'm writing about. Oh, I'm writing this in the next book that I'll be coming out. But it's so tight that it's hard to turn around and change the panel behind you. But we travel in orbs. They don't call it orbs; they call it pods. They call it pods, and what they call pods, we call orbs.
What I really heard, like if you want my honesty, what my brain was doing the entire time you were talking.
You just went blank, didn't you?
No, Glinda the Good Witch.
Yeah.
She was not in a bubble, dude. She was in
An
an
orb.
orb. She's an alien.
And I don't know that it's just aliens that are extraterrestrials. I think it's just higher consciousness that travels in it. It can be our family. It can be an angel. It can be anything that travels in an orb that presents himself as light. So it doesn't just have to be an extraterrestrial.
Orbs. Well, that's good. So I'm gonna connect more into the avians. I know I can hear. Okay, so I think the reason I say that is because the aliens that come to me in alien form, they are either like really irritating. I want to kick them out of my house, or they're there for like healing, for my healing sessions. With avians specifically, I feel like I actually communicate with birds.
Right. But that would make sense. I mean, avians, and for me, and I can remember this because I'm connected to them too. I remember you were really connected to the crows. So why are I think that might be your place to go to is to the crows because they're so intelligent. I think they can escort you to the blue avians if they're not a blue avian themselves in a crow's body.
That's true. Whenever I first started learning how to like visually see energy or work with energy, I connected to a bird who told me its name, just like
Right.
I almost said psychopathically. She's a psychopath. But like, psychically, like the bird told me its name. And when I looked up the name, it meant little black bird. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. I quit doing that for a while because I had this murder of crows that would come to my yard when I called them. But then I got home one day and there were black feathers all over my yard because I have 7 cats.
Cats. Yeah,
And so I quit calling them so that there wouldn't be danger.
Right. Didn't Meg have that same incident with a cardinal that she had befriended and one of her cats got a hold of it because it was coming too close? Yeah, this is a few years ago. It traumatized her because it was a cardinal that she had convinced to come in the yard, and one of her cats went right up and got it one day.
And then we had a bird. We had a little parakeet for 4 years, and as soon as I bring in a new cat, it eats it. Like gets into we kept it in a closed room and it got into the room somehow and we didn't see him, and like it was a whole thing, and I was traumatized too for a really long time. But I get the message. I get the message. I need to reconnect with the birds. Back to the avians.
And you don't have to call them into your yard.
They'll have to have their own protections though, because I can't be responsible for their death.
Well, I mean, why do you have to call them into your yard?
Okay, so my cat actually follows me. I have a cat that walks with me everywhere I go. So I'd have to drive somewhere else.
Well, no. Why do you even have to visually see them, I guess I should say, to connect to them?
Gail, okay, I hear you. I will go into a shamanic journey, connect with the crows.
I'm just going, what is this? Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, you can see the crows, and you can see the crows like when you're driving, can see them. I remember when I was at Mount Shasta, it was a raven that followed me all the way up the mountain and down the mountain all the time, and so I was connected to it. But whenever I stopped, it was never around. It was only around me when my car was moving. So so you don't have to just like be in sight. When I was up on, I believe I was in New Mexico, and it was snowing. And I remember I was asking everybody what kind of bird this is up here. And it was a black and white bird. I had never seen a black and white bird. And now I'm forgetting what the name of it was. And so I was on YouTube asking, what is this black and white bird? Because it was following me. It was following me all the way down the sidewalk and all the way back. And it looked like a crow, but it was black and white. And have you ever seen one like that? But they're up there. That's common for that area. And I had never seen one before. But and people from up in the Northwest or the Midwest, they can tell me what that bird is, the black and white bird that looks like kind of like a crow, but it's black and white. I'm sure people see it all the time up there, so they'll put it in there. But so anyway.
Okay, well, I think maybe my brain was going that way because I want to connect more to the physical birds again without them being in danger. But I'll also journey with them and see what comes up for my alien friends.
I didn't know that ravens fly upside down when they're looking for a mate. I had no idea. Magpie. That's it. Thanks, everybody. Magpie. It's a black and white bird. I knew people were going to tell me because they came online telling me when I was walking, and it was, it was in May. It was Memorial Day weekend, and it was snowing in New Mexico. And I'm sitting there walking around, in my shorts and sandals coming from the south. And here I'm running into snow, trying to find sweatshirts. And I'm walking my dog on the sidewalk, and that bird was following me. It was a magpie, and I'm going, I had never seen one before, of course, and I've never seen one since.
I don't think I've ever seen one. Not where I am.
No, they're not here. They're not in the South. I've never seen one, but it followed me. It stayed very close. And I kept going, what's the message? And I can't remember. It did have a message because I'm usually, especially if I see three of them, I know there's a message. If there's three in a group, that means to me that I've got to listen to them. There's a message.
Girl, I used to do Raven magic over them soccer games. Call the Ravens in. You got your little kiddos out there and you want them to win that soccer game? Call those Ravens in, and they'll start coming up on the light posts and stuff.
Mhm.
And then like you can separate them into like two sides. So this, and that'll be like the point system. And I'll be like, I don't like that point system. We got to win. So the crows will start coming to my side and it'll be separated and then we'll win. Crow magic.
Okay. Let's see. Flea Market Gold saying I feel a strong connection to hawks and eagles lately. Yeah, the hawks are everywhere. I've seen them everywhere. And what is the garnet saying about the magpie? Magpie, 1 for silver, 2 for gold, 3 for a secret never to be told. Oh, listen to that. Yeah, we have to have that for a bird here in the South because we just don't have the magpies. I have to use that for crows.
We have killdeer.
Killdeer. What do you mean killdeer?
The only birds that just like walk on the ground. It's a killdeer.
As I totaled my car on one of those.
Really?
Yeah, so going out, I was in was when I was first moving out to Mount Shasta. I hit a deer in Missouri. The record that took me, and I was in nowhere, Missouri, and the record came and got me and took me to, I think, Australia, Iowa, to get a taxi to go to Kansas to get a rental car. That's how out there I was. I hit that deer.
A killdeer, a bird.
A killdeer bear. You're talking about the bird. I'm sorry. I thought you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, the little birds.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear. I thought you were talking about.
She's like, kill a deer. Yes, I've done that.
I've done that accidentally, and I was so glad I couldn't see it. Magpies steal shiny things and put them in their nests. I think a lot of birds do that. The crows will do that, and seagulls will do that.
I like seagulls. I am connected to seagulls. They'll eat out of my hands. Caw, caw, caw.
Suzanne said they're in Alberta, Canada, also the magpies. All right, let me see who else. I've missed probably a lot of questions.
Elizabeth said that she's going to fly upside down.
There you go. Who's this has 2 ravens?
Odin.
Okay. All right, let me see if we got any questions, because it looks like I've started a few, but I'm seeing if we missed some, or if I missed some, actually. You didn't miss any. But anyway, so, well, you had another. Hey, Teresa, thanks for this. Remember to like and subscribe to all channels. Yes, thank you for that.
So my other question then.
And you can just go and talk about that and just keep them going.
My other question about that was, okay, so it's completely disconnected, kind of. But like I said, the only time I really see aliens in alien form coming to me are when they, one, are just kind of messing around and need to get kicked out of my house, locking me out of my body, or when they're coming to help me heal. And as Gail says, I work on Ashtar Medical 1. I think that's the name of it. And so I do notice that aliens come in when I'm working on my healing sessions. And when I'm working on people's physical bodies specifically is when I see teams come in and they kind of push me out the way. I've got this. And they start doing their surgery. I've seen them the most when they're working on clients with heart issues. Sometimes I see them working in other areas of the body. I've seen them work on like the vascular system before, a lot on implants and brain stuff. But most of the time when I see them coming in and they're doing repeated work with me, it's around heart issues. But what I've I just kind of had a question about it because as a shaman, when people come to me specifically for the healing work, I'm pretty clear in how I believe about that. You know, I believe that while I have energy to give you, while I can clear blockages that's keeping you from your own healing, while there's a lot that I can help guide you through and elevate your energy, that it's really up to the individual to receive their healing, accept their healing, navigate their healing path. What they receive, I don't have an attachment to their results, or I try not to have an attachment to their results, because that's the ethics of shamanic work.
Well, what I'm just hearing right now is it's no different with them.
Okay. And
That
that
is,
was my question to Gail
yeah.
was,
And I didn't have the answer at that time, but right now I'm hearing it's no different with them. They said it's out of your hands with what they're doing. Your
mhm,
job is to do exactly what you do, is to unblock all those different things that you work with. And also, and they're directing it to me also saying your job is to unblock the nervous system and I'll unblock all the chakras and work on those different things in the aura like you do. So we're doing what we're supposed to do. They just come in and take over and do what they're going to do. But there's nothing that's kind of out of our hands or out of our control. We're actually, it's almost like I'm hearing that we prepare the patient for them to come in and be able to do what they do. We're pre-op, and when we unblock and do the things that we do, it makes it easier for them to do what they need to do. So I'm hearing it's a teamwork.
mhm. And that makes sense because when I see them coming in, I can kind of step back. But then sometimes I think maybe I have expectations or the client has
Yeah,
expectations. Oh, well, an alien's working on me now. So I'm going to be like
sure.
cured, completely
Yes.
cured now. And then when they ask me, and I'm like, I don't know, the aliens are doing it. Maybe. Like, I don't know what that is. But if they're not completely cured, or if the aliens keep coming back to work, I didn't know what answer to give about that. But I guess that makes sense. They're just a different dimensional frequency and they have more advanced tools. But it's still a matter of what's in your Akashic? What are you able to receive? What is your journey supposed to be like? What is your life like? Your belief systems, the way you talk to yourself on a daily basis. I think what you're saying is that all of the same things apply to the aliens work that applies to our work when we work on people to heal.
Right. At, for me, it's my hurdle for when they come in and do things, and when I do things that you don't always accomplish what you would like to accomplish, what that person expectations or what we probably, or I probably put my expectations out that I would love to cure everybody. You know, I would love to take care of everybody, get rid of all the different things that happen to them, which I am on some of them. But as Debbie and Three Shifting Veils are saying, there's a soul contract that's also part of it. And that's always the dilemma that I go back and forth. And it is a turmoil in my own brain about how do we distinguish soul contract to we failed. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not considered that anything we do is failure because we are doing what you're talking about. We're allowing the person to clear everything for them to take the journey and take it upon themselves to help themselves out and do the things that need to keep their channels open or their chakras open or all these different things that it's up to them to take on that responsibility afterwards. There are so many people who just like that expectation is boom, clear, done. And just like medicine, whereas take a pill, you're cured, or have surgery, you're cured. And it doesn't quite work like that energetically. You're having to be, it's more like a team. And there, you just can't just lay there and expect not to do some work, your own healing.
Absolutely, I agree with that. And I think that the expectation with this is purely around miracles a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Kind of how I view healing work is it's almost like trying to lose weight, right? It took you so many years of bad choices to be in a space where you're like, I don't like the way I am right now. And then you don't just change your choices and the next day you look exactly how you want to look. right? It takes that amount of time of making good choices over and over and over again, and many different kinds of choices over and over and over again, and continuing to choose those and continuing those actions until you are the way you want to be. And then you have to continue doing it to stay the way you want to be. So it's just life inside and out is kind of how I see that.
It'd be nice to have a blueprint to say, these are the steps to get you there. I think that's the hard part, is to figure out those steps, because you're having to work with different people, having to work with your guys, having to figure out what they're saying, and having to figure out your own body. So there's just a lot to figure out, and everybody's food intake, what they tolerate, is different from another's. We have the divided, the vegans, the ketos. We have even divided on what people consider as healthy for eating. So there's all those kind of things that you really have to take in consideration and think about.
And healing being that way it's the life journey. Your life journey is learning yourself, learning what works with you and what doesn't, learning. And when you think you got it figured out, if something's going wrong, you don't have it figured out. And it's about relearning yourself again and figuring out what works for you. So this is all about the life journey. And we all pray for miracles and expect miracles, and miracles are 1,000% possible, but miracles also aren't miracles if everyone could get them every single time they mess themselves up by their negativity or negative thoughts or continuing negative patterns or continuing toxic relationships, because then we'd never change. We're like, oh, well, I can fix this. Boop, press the button, call an alien, and now it's all fixed, and I'll continue doing these other things. So I think that it's a soul contract to receive a miracle.
Right. And well, also there's a soul contract on this is what you signed up, and you're only going to live this many years here on earth. There's that soul contract also. So if that soul contract is ending at a certain age, I don't think there's anything you can do to stop that contract. I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe that's the miracle, when you talk to your guys and go, please let me live longer. I don't know. But I'm going to pull this up because this is a long one and it looks interesting. Trancing with Spirit says, plus, if we want to truly heal, advance, etc., we have to do the actions necessary. Otherwise, one does not get the true healing or advancement that one get when they walk the walk. Well, that was a lot, and that's true. Thank you. But yeah, I think this is just interesting conversation. And again, as I said, being a healer, and I've been a healer all my life, going from nursing to chiropractic to taking care of my dad with dementia to doing this kind of work. I've got so many gifts and techniques and things that are all stored in me that I'm just out. Some days I'm like, why can't I just unlock it and go, boom, you're healed, boom, you're healed, boom, you're healed, and be that easy. But then again, whatever that activity or their lifestyle that got them to where they're at, they go right back to that lifestyle and get right back to where they're at. So that would be just wasted energy in itself.
Yeah. Again, I think it kind of comes back to everyone learning themselves, and those negative parts all can be positive parts if we allow it to be that way. Learning about ourselves, growing into ourselves, into who we really are, knowing we're only going to live so long and we got to die of something. Because the reality is, I've been told I'm only going to live to be 87-ish, 87, 89. And honey, I want to live to be 130, 150. I want to see my great, great, great grandchildren. Okay.
How do you?
I want to be old AF. Okay. Like, I'm that lady. And so I gotta work on this. I gotta figure this out.
Yeah, I'm different. I'm going, oh, what do I get to experience next? What body am I going to take on next? What journey am I going to experience next? So I'm a little bit different on that. I want to stay in my body as long as I can, as long as it's healthy, but I'm not opposed to trying on a different life.
You know what? My son, my youngest, I don't know why, every single day on the way to school, he says, when I die, I'm going to come back as a cat. Or when I die, I'm going to come back as a bird. When I die, I'm going to come back as a wolf. Every day he comes up with a different thing. And I don't know why he thinks about death every morning. He just does. But we were driving in the car the other day. I wanted to tell you this. And he said that he wanted to go up. I'm trying to remember his exact words. He said he wanted to go up in the sky and the stars. And we have an airplane trip planned for July. And I said, "Oh, I'm excited to go on the airplane too, babe." And he said, "No, not the airplane. I want to go up in the thing and up in the ship. I want to go up there and see the stars and the planets and the skies." And I was like,
So he's been going up and seeing the planet, the stars, and the
"This
sky.
is the alien baby. This is the baby I was pregnant with when all the aliens came through my house." And I don't talk to him about aliens. I don't talk to anybody about aliens except you guys, because you're nuts. You're here with me too, right? Like, we're all nuts together. But I don't talk to other people about aliens. And he tells me, "I want to go up in a little ship." And I was like, "Okay, babe, one day you can be an astronaut and do that." And he said, "No, Mom, not an astronaut. I want to go."
Mary, my gosh, poor thing. You've got
gaslighting. No, I eventually came around. I was like, "Well, babe, one day when you're old enough and you can stay still for long enough, I'll teach you how to meet the aliens." I did promise him that.
I don't think you're going to have to help him. I think he's going to be teaching you.
Lord. As long as this one sleeps through the night, it's fine. Whatever.
Yes. I did see somebody here. Who is this? Oh, yeah. Don. Oh, wrong one. I'm Donna.
Yeah, that's the one I was just looking at. Yep.
Last night I was pinned to my bed. I was scared, but I didn't really feel threatened. Is this something that could be related to connecting? Well, Donna must have been this. We must have had the same thing happen because I was pinned to my bed last night too. But Donna, immediately I'm going, "You had surgery," but let's see if that's true. Yeah, that you were having some type of surgery. And here's what Mary said to me: "Why would you be allowed to wake up and realize what's happening to you if you're taken up on a spaceship and you have an alien or extraterrestrial working on you?" And I'm going, they wake up here on Earth on the table all the time, or, remember what's happening. It's not just in space. It happens here on Earth too. So, and anyway, then she goes, "Oh yeah, I fought too when I woke up from anesthesia." But anyway, Donna, a lot of times they come in and they take you up to the spaceship and they do repairs, they do surgery. And it's very common that they do that. And so, you were scared, but you didn't feel threatened. Yeah, same thing for me. I was scared, but I wasn't threatened. But it's an out of control feeling, I think. So yeah, it's related to you were having some type of surgery that they were. They always show me. Oh, and they're getting a big yes on this. They always show me it's our digestion of food that we have issues with. It's our connection to earth. It's the things we eat that they have to go and tweak us about for our bodies to tolerate. And I'm getting this big yes, this is what was happening with you. So I'm not sure what they do or how they do it, but it's some kind of procedure that they do and it's almost like, I don't want to say this, but it's like cleaning out your intestines. That's collecting all the junk that's that you've been eating, and it's necessary for you to be able to tolerate being on Earth. I know that's kind of gross, wasn't it? Mary, what are you getting? You don't even want to go there, do you?
No, that's kind of where, you know how I feel about this. You just know how I feel about it. And you're mansplaining to me that it comes down to unrealistic expectations. Right. I have unrealistic expectations of these aliens where I feel like you have advanced technology. You're from a literal different dimension. Why can you not do this without traumatizing us? Like, that's just how I feel about it.
They don't have the same emotions we do. We're the most emotional things here in this galaxy and universe. And when we get scared or frightened or start fighting, they're like,
what is wrong with you, you tiny little thing? Stop acting like that.
That's how they're reacting. Is like, I haven't done anything. I'm helping you. Why are you fighting me? So, there's a different perception of that because you're coming from, they should act human. They should feel human. And they're not. They have different emotions, different feelings, even though they can sense our feelings and they are trying to be where we are under and we don't come out. But sometimes our perception is, just going to be fear as we jump to and fear and fight.
Well, that brings me to another question really quick, because thank you so much, Donna, for letting us look into that. Because now I feel like we're working on food and digestion, absorption, those sorts of things from the aliens. But in my experience, like I was explaining to you, the aliens usually come into my healing session to work on heart, like cardiovascular, and sometimes pineal. So should I be calling them in more, or will I be seeing them come in more for digestive issues, absorption issues, things like that?
Well, what I'm hearing is the heart issues are after, like that happens after the digestive issues have not been taken care of, is what I'm hearing.
Okay. So work on the heart and then go to the digestion, or go to the digestion. I don't know. I'll start calling them in more and see about that.
Yeah, I would, because that's just what I'm hearing now. I didn't know that myself. Let me just check to make sure that's what they're saying. If the digestive system's not functioning, is that why Mary's getting the heart? Yeah, that's why you're getting the heart, because the digestive system is gone past and it's affecting the heart now. And now the other night, probably a week ago, and I forgot about this until just now, I woke up because I had this light that came through my crown chakra and hit my heart. Like it was like boom. And it was almost like lightning that hit my heart chakra. And it shocked me so much that I sat up in bed going, what happened? I said, Mary, what happened?
I was downloading something else entirely. Hold on, let me because I don't know, when you talk, like things come into my mind for some reason.
I know. Well, it's also all this chatter and this frequency and energy that's coming in, and the two of us together, it all just brings us all up on a different level.
Well, no, what I was coming to was that I feel like there's not a lot of stories that I've had with aliens since my youngest son has gotten old enough. But then I hear the aliens saying, oh no, we've been visiting. And then I'm remembering this vision of and I hear of this circle of people, of aliens, and I'm hearing mother of aliens, and, I'm not going there or anything, but I feel like there's been a lot behind the scenes of meeting with them. So when you felt that light, I mean, something about that was coming in my vision when you asked about that.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Just last week. I've never had, I've had information come in and all these kind of things, but I've never had it like boom, like lightning to come from a crown chakra, or from above, down through my crown chakra and hit my heart. Like it was just like a bolt that jarred me.
To me, if you're asking me, I feel like it has to do, especially since it's tied to the vision I was just having, I think it's tied to the book that you're currently writing.
Oh, okay.
And the information about it aside, I feel like it was almost elevating you. I'm going to say it. It's like elevating you to this level of queen or partner, or like I see you like in gold, like just sitting there. So something like I see your heart going like expanding, and you're just this queen figure amongst the aliens. So Gail's taking over the planet, guys.
Yeah, right. Maybe it was information to help me with the book, because I have been very diligently working on that book for the past couple of weeks, because, I got sick with the cold and couldn't do a lot of shows that week, or struggled with the shows, or couldn't be around other people. And so I started working my book really hard at that time. So it might have some, you might be right about that. Let's see, Donna.
Yeah, and it feels like it's really important to them. Like they're really elevating you through that work.
Yeah, all those books have been important to them. That's always been important to them. They're the ones that pushed me to do it. Donna's saying, I was the one who told you I could only eat bread and steamed zucchini for days. Well, there you go. That makes sense. So they were working on, so they were working on you, Donna. Okay, so yeah, for me, that's exactly what I don't go for steamed zucchini. Only thing I can tolerate is bread, and I go through that periodically where whenever I'm getting some big upgrade, that's all I can tolerate is bread. So anyway, anything else, Mary?
No, they've recently switched me the opposite direction where for a while I could only tolerate like light things and salads, and they've switched me carnivore protein.
Yeah, I think that, well, a lot of times that's what happens. Like Donna, don't think that this is a permanent thing on your food list, but I think that's exactly right. Whatever they're telling you, I can remember having this conversation with Danny. Danny said, occasionally they'll tell them to quit drinking beer. And I'm going, it's only temporary. It's only for a little while. Don't ever think when they tell you to do something like that, that it's a permanent thing, because we all take it to heart most of the time going, oh, this is how I've got to eat. This is I'm going to have to take this out of my life for the rest of my life. No, we're supposed to be here to experience life. So when they ask you to do that, it's just because your body's going through some kind of big transition and they want you to be kind to it during that time. And like Donna's going through right now, she's only able to eat bread and zucchini. So, but it won't last forever. It'll change to where she'll be able to eat regular food or however she wants to eat at that time.
That makes sense to me because as a channel, before I have these retreats or these events where I'm having to channel for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours at a time, I'm always guided to go through some sort of cleanse. So
Right.
No caffeine, no alcohol, no sugar. And so that's the diet I'm on right now. No caffeine, alcohol, or sugar until I get through June, possibly even July. So it's about
That's a
strengthening.
long time to go without all that.
The first 2 weeks is the hardest. After
Yeah.
that, you good as gold. You don't need it.
Yes. But then you smell it. Yes.
Look, don't get me started.
Let's
I
see.
drink lots of water. Every time I have a craving, I just drink water.
Oh, do you?
Yes, because I love my wine, I love my coffee, and I love chocolate. So cut them off. Cut them off.
Okay. Liz saying my mom suddenly isn't allergic to nuts.
I was reading that one too. We're liking each other's brain.
Yeah. So let's see what else. Okay, well, let me see. I've started a few questions and they're way at the beginning. So let's take a look at what those are. Here's the one I was talking about. You can scan. You can do this one, Mary. Any chance you can scan my body and see if my 2-week headache is alien related?
So what I'm picking up, the first thing that popped into my head is pollen. That's the first thing. So if you're already taking Zyrtec or Claritin every day or whatever all that stuff is, the second thing that's coming up is your future. You're becoming someone new. You're turning into someone new. Your channel is taking on a new frequency and a new vibration. So it's like there's things that are purging up and out. And for you to better support yourself with that, you might want to do some sort of super hydration. First off, I'm hearing a lot about hydration, but there might be little things that you might be able to cut from your system that are causing that to worsen. Alcohol might be one of those. I don't know if you are.
It's chocolate.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was alcohol or for some reason smoking pops into my head, but I don't know if you smoke or not. But those were the.
Yeah, I'm getting chocolate, and this is not alien related at all. Go ahead, Mary.
Physical level chocolate. On a metaphysical level, I got the new beginnings and the dragon swear, which is protect the future. So about who you're becoming. So I'd say let it ride out. Give it another week.
Elizabeth is saying sugar. I'm just getting chocolate. That's all. That's all I got was chocolate. Let me see if it's actually sugar. I'm getting a little yes on the sugar, but I'm just getting really chocolate. I don't smoke or drink, so it's none of those two. But sugar, obviously you do sugar, but chocolate. I don't know why chocolate. Maybe it's to change your chocolate. Maybe that's it. Maybe she needs to change her chocolate.
Switch to cacao. The straight up cacao. But give yourself another week. Drink lots of water. Get a shoulder massage, neck massage.
I'm just getting chocolate. It would take us a while to get down into that, but I'm not getting that she needs to change it. There's a physical reaction to chocolate with her. Y'all
She just
dropped the
ate
sugar and chocolate. Just ate a 3 mini chocolate bar. Maybe that's what I'm picking up on.
There's
Well,
another method to use to get your headaches to go away, but I'm not allowed to say it as a public service announcement on Gail's channel.
you can act it out, Mary.
No, I cannot.
I know you can't. But
Just pick
Elizabeth,
up what I'm putting down.
you can have sugar, but you just need to not do the chocolate or the bad chocolate. You're welcome, Elizabeth. But yeah, maybe they picked it because you were eating it. That's why they picked that up so strongly. Um, yeah, dark chocolate is good for her, but it's just her. This is not everybody, Debbie. This is specifically for Elizabeth. And all our bodies are different, and this is just for her. This is not an announcement for everybody, but she just needs to get rid of chocolate. And let me see. And I'm just getting, she just needs to get rid of chocolate. I don't think there's any kind of chocolate that's going to be really good for her. It's not that she has to eliminate sugar, it's just chocolate. Oh, I feel bad for you.
Love you, girlfriend.
Yes, up chocolate. That'd be terrible. Okay, let's see. Flea Market Gold, what has she got here? I had a flash memory of a 6 foot tall, heart shaped head being during Reiki last week. My practitioner said she saw a tall being with a wide head and pointy chin standing over me, and he was familiar to me. Is there more to it?
Yeah.
Do you think they might be the same being? Do you think it's a mantis? Okay, I had a flash. I'm thinking it's probably the same being that y'all saw. Is it the same being that they saw? Yeah, it's the same one. Was it a mantis being? And I'm getting a yes on that. So y'all saw the same thing, and it was a mantis being. Okay, that was pretty easy. Mary, you
It
see
was.
what?
It was. I'm picking up the mantis also. I feel like there's a lot of mantis coming up recently with people. And
Well, you know, mantis beings, when they show up for me, it means I'm getting ready to do something else. They're getting ready to ask me to do something. They're always the ones that come in and ask me to do some kind of mission or change my life for this or do something. It's always whenever I see them, I'm going, oh no, what next? But I'm excited at the same time.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that it's not just me, but I feel like your mantis being is like an ex-lover from the other side, or I'm picking up romantic energy. It's not just me. I'm saying this whole show has been infiltrated with these innuendos, and it's Gail's fault.
My thoughts. Oh, it's because the book I'm writing. That's why you're picking it up, and I've been so busy in that book.
Innuendos. So
You know the name of it is. It's So I Slept with an Alien.
I didn't know if you'd announced it yet.
Yeah, I've announced it. Yeah,
okay.
I've actually got it on my website. That's what the book's going to be, and the cover. And I've already have the cover, and it's already there. Just got to put the book in there. So, yeah, I've announced it, trying to generate some excitement, and hopefully I'll get it together soon.
Hypnicity says sleeping around.
Yes, different lifetimes, but maybe that's it. That you're picking that up because I've been writing about that, and I've been talking about the different. One of the chapters is talking about the different way aliens date or mate and those kind of things. So there's all these different things that I'm talking about in that book also, and so it's pretty interesting. Will be interesting. I hope it's not going to be racy like people are expecting.
I'm expecting a little bit. PG-13. That means boobs and one F word. All right. PG-13.
Let's see. Anyway, do you see a question you want to answer, Mary?
Oh, I'd have to go through. We can go back through. Let me go up to the top. But I think that might also be why you were seeing the mantis with like a heart shape. Like, I think that there's something to it. I'm not saying it's trying to be romantic with you now. I just feel like that romantic type of connection going on. Okay, we did that one.
I haven't heard of this. Have you heard of this one? Have
Yeah,
you
that
heard?
was the next one up. You know what? I have not personally heard of this. I feel like we've been asked this once before, though. Have we
Yeah, I haven't
not?
read it. Let's see. I've heard of. Okay, and so I think just let's go with it. Until I saw UFO spaceship bigger than a football field, low noise, white lights
Yeah,
around
I
it.
think that's a different one, but that's his experience, is what I'm picking up.
Right. So anyway, let's see. Okay. Let me see if I see anything as this. Um, I've got a few starred.
Well, Miss Penelope asked if the aliens have any information for her, going down the list of chats.
What time is it? That
Hey, Millicent. That is at 4:26.
okay. I'll pull it up. I'll look for it, and you go ahead and read on that one.
Okay.
See if I can find get my scroll to work here. Sometimes it gets aggravating, and it doesn't want to work now.
Okay. Attention grabbers. So, Miss P, I pulled 3 cards for you, and this is what's coming up. I've got these 3. This is the same order. Joy or inspiration, whichever one you want to put it. This one is about connection, the matrix. And then this one is the opportunity. And what I'm picking up through all of this is that whatever it is that you're going through, joy and inspiration is going to be your best friend. Because if everything's connected, and when you think of a matrix, think of your nerves, your nervous system. So this could be thoughts, this could be pain, any electrical thing that runs through your body that tells your body about itself. Everything is connected. Everything in your body is connected. Your mind, your emotions, your spirit, everything outside of your body is connected. And joy is going to be the thing to open up all of those connections and elevate it. And that can bring opportunities for something softer, for something gentler, for something more peaceful. So for you, I definitely say a huge infusion of joy, and let yourself live in that joy space. I don't know if that's directly from your aliens or not, but that's what I picked up. That was the message that came through.
She needed a message or information, so I think that was good. But anyway, I think that'll be it for today.
I have one more thing.
Oh, go ahead.
One more thing. Thank you, Miss P. This one is not for necessarily you, but this one's for like everybody. This one came out earlier, and I was trying to figure out who it was for, and I never figured it out. Someone out there, there is an opportunity for union. Okay. If you're trying to fix a relationship, if you're missing somebody, if you feel that soul separation, you can reach them somehow. So last message. All right, Gail, go ahead.
Okay. What do you have coming up, Mary? What's next for you?
You know, you guys can see me every single Sunday at Earth and Star Wellness here on YouTube. Every Sunday, we've got a video going out. Every Thursday, we do a card reading or do a collective reading. And then I have me and Gail are doing another live on May 20th at 4 p.m. Eastern. And we have our next healing temple at May 29th, 3 p.m. Eastern. And our lab group, Life's Anonymous Battles. So that is our emotional support group. That is coming up on May 3rd at noon Eastern. So be there in all these places, or just be square in all of your places.
Okay. And my next show will be Wednesday. And I think I'll be just answering questions on Wednesday. I'm not real sure. I have to look at my schedule. But anyway, I'll be back on Wednesday. Anyway, everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you, moderators, for making this a safe place to talk. And we will see y'all later. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.